Anytime is a great time for a Negroni, but does the most popular cocktail in the world work as a hot cocktail too? Let's find out. We'll make the Hot Negroni two ways. One is found in a hotel's members club book, and one is made by me, bashed, balanced and elevated. And if you reach the bottom of the glass, we'll talk about why these cocktails have enhanced flavors, and why they might make you feel better if you're feeling under the weather. So if you're looking for the perfect concoction for winter gatherings, let's start. It's cocktail time. You never know where and when inspiration strikes. The idea for this episode came to me when I was browsing through a book in a hotel lobby in Berlin, randomly finding a recipe for a hot Negroni with some nice winter spices added. It piqued my interest, but I also immediately saw some things I would change. But more about that after we try the cocktail. Ingredients and method will be as written in the book. So you will need gin, sweet vermouth, Campari, orange peel, cloves, ground ginger and nutmeg. We'll pour all of the liquid ingredients into a small saucepan, starting with equal parts of the three classic Negroni ingredients, 4 ounces or 120 ml each of gin, sweet vermouth and Campari. Then add the spices, a pinch of cloves, a pinch of ground ginger, and a pinch of nutmeg. No mention of how, so I'll grate it. Lastly, add 2 strips of orange peel. Then stir over very low heat, ensuring not to burn it, and warm through until gently steaming. Pour into thick glasses or mugs to serve. No mention of a garnish, so it's ready to be enjoyed. Very boozy and spicy on the aroma, with almost a burn on the nose. Once you get past the booziness on the palate, it's very aromatic but overly bitter, with spices taking everything over the top. Not the cozy feeling I'm looking for in a winter cocktail. As mentioned, even when first seeing the recipe, I realized that the lack of dilution, which is especially important in hot cocktails, will be something that I would change in my recipe. And that doesn't always mean just adding water. I think we can add some more sweetness and acidity for better balance, which works a bit different with hot drinks. For that same reason, I'll also slightly reduce bitterness. But more about hot drinks and our flavor receptors when we reach the bottom of the glass. Of the second cocktail. Also, when making a bigger batch, there's no need to individually measure all ingredients and spices. Just heat it up and serve. You'll be able to use the cocktail calculators on kevincost.com to adjust the volumes as you see fit. So I tried to incorporate all those improvements and a little something extra into what I'm calling the Fire Negroni, as an upgrade to the Hot Negroni. Here's what you'll need to make it. Alongside the classic 3 Negroni ingredients, I'll also be adding strawberry water for dilution, simple syrup, citric acid solution, dried orange peels, tonka bean, spruce twigs and saline solution. We've talked about the limitations and potential dangers of tonka beans in the hot buttered rum episode. If you can't get it, or don't feel comfortable using it due to coumarin, just use a small amount of vanilla instead. As for the spruce twigs, they will add resinous, herbaceous and subtly citrusy notes. Keep in mind that while most pine trees are edible, you should know to avoid ponderosa pines, Norfolk pines and Pacific yew. If you're unsure, it's better to skip this ingredient. And I'd avoid clipping your Christmas tree if you got it at a tree farm. Pesticides are often used on trees there. Before we go over the amount and the method of preparing for the Fire Negroni, we'll make it in a sous vide. Let's first go over how to get this strawberry water. The strawberry flavored water is what we'll use to add dilution and a complementary flavor as well. You will start with an equal amounts of strawberries and warm water. Based on the season, it's no surprise they're frozen, and defrost the strawberries. Place everything in the blender and blend on high speed for about 30 seconds, or until all the strawberries are nicely blended. Then add 0.8 gram of Pectinex and blend again. This is a specialty enzyme typically used in juice manufacturing, because that breaks down pectin structure, making it very easy to get clear fruit juices. Once it's nicely mixed in, it will need about 30 minutes to separate the solids from the juice, so leave it to sit on the side. Then we can filter it through a rinsed coffee filter. If the liquid coming through is still a bit cloudy at first, wait for the solids to create an additional filter. Once you see clear liquid coming through, just move the filter and refilter the first part. Pectinex doesn't work so well when using cold ingredients, so it would be better to leave the frozen strawberries to completely thaw before blending. Luckily, we have a previous batch to use in the cocktail. I know this version of the Hot Negroni takes a bit more prep and gear, but trust me, it's worth it. I didn't call it the Fire Negroni for nothing. Let's make it. With a sous vide bath already getting up to temperature, I'll start adding the ingredients into a sous vide bag first. I'm starting with 8 ounce or 240 ml of gin. Go for something citrusy, like this Tanqueray No. 10 gin. Next, equal amount 8 ounces or 240 ml of sweet vermouth. Here my go-to is Novo de Dante Inferno, rich both in flavor and color. And like mentioned, to balance the bitterness in the hot cocktail, a little less Campari, just 6 ounces or 180 ml of the famous Italian bitter. Let's take care of dilution next, making this a truly ready to drink cocktail once we bottle it. Add 8 ounces or 240 ml of our strawberry water. For the added sweet and sour balance, I'm adding a good 2.5 ounce or 80 ml of simple syrup and 1 ounce or 30 ml of 6% citric solution. I have this already made, but you could just add 1.8 grams of citric acid. Instead of the fresh orange peel, I'll add 4 grams of dried orange peels, which will add that distinct orangey note to our Negroni. Next up is the Tonka Bean. First, weigh out 1 gram, then crush it with the mortar and pestle to increase the surface area. Aforementioned coumarin is also responsible for Tonka Bean's pleasant aroma, which is what we're after. Now we add 40 grams of spruce twigs. Keep in mind that this recipe is tailored to the European spruce, which grows in front of our studio. Results may vary if you're using other varieties. And finally, to boost the flavors, as we always do, add saline solution. With this batch cocktail, I'm adding 20 drops. Seal the bag with a double seal and place it in the sous vide bath. Cook at 55 degrees Celsius or 130 degrees Fahrenheit for 1 hour. Give the bag a shake once or twice during this time, for everything to cook evenly. After 1 hour, place the bag in cold water to chill a bit. Cut open the bag and strain through a cloth filter. Then all you need to do is to pour it into a bottle, add a label, and it's ready for use. An added bonus is that this can also be enjoyed as a cold cocktail, poured straight from a chilled bottle, but it might be quite sweet, served like that. So if you'd like to keep the option of drinking it hot and cold, it might be better to add simple syrup separately when heating our fire Negroni. This one is just for hot cocktails, so let's heat it up. Into a small saucepan, add as much as you need, depending on the size of your company and your glasses. Place it on a medium heat and bring it up to desired temperature. I suggest taking it off the heat when you see the first signs of steaming, then pour the cocktails into a double-walled glass to prevent burns, but still keeping an elegant look, or use a glass or mug with a handle. For garnish, I'm adding a spruce twig for a festive touch. Beautiful. Share with loved ones and let's take a sip. The cocktail has just the right mix of spices and herbs on the aroma. You can immediately taste the Negroni vibe, but it's different because of the heat. Bitterness wants to stand out, but it's nicely balanced by syrup and the fact that we used less Campari. The spruce adds a subtle resinous taste, giving it a festive feel, a wonderful festive aperitivo. With that, you've made it to the bottom of the glass. Today I have an interesting fact about our taste receptors when enjoying hot drinks. But first, post a fire emoji in the comments to let me know if you made it all the way here. So, scientists at the Common Cold Center at Cardiff University, which is a real thing apparently, decided to find out why hot drinks make you feel better than cold when you're feeling sick. It's because the taste receptor that picks up sweet, bitter and umami tastes sends a stronger electrical signal to the brain when food or drink is warmer, and those sweet drinks make you feel cozy and good. Plus, according to an interesting experiment, holding a hot drink can even make you friendlier, and you'll see other people as having a warmer personality. So it's a win-win. Go check out the hot buttered rum or these hot chocolate variations to be an even better friend of cocktails. Cheers!